The following program is presented by the Metropolitan Library Service Agency.
Hello, welcome to All About Kids, a program focusing on the interests of children and young people and some of the issues affecting them. Looking for a job can be a daunting process in today's economic climate, no matter what your age, educational background, or experience. Our guest today, Pat Edwards of Employment Action Center, and some of the center's young clients will be discussing job search strategy. They'll also be talking about how Employment Action Center helps its clients develop job-seeking skills. Pat, Shawna, Kenya, it's a pleasure to have you here on All About Kids today. And we're going to be talking about something that really concerns not only young women like yourself, but a lot of older people in the workforce. What do we do about getting jobs? How do we develop the kind of skills we need to perform in the workplace in a time when the economy isn't so hot? Pat, you're with Employment Action Center. Why don't you describe the program of the Action Center, talk about the way you recruit your clients, and give us a little background.
Okay, well, Employment Action Center, we're located in St. Louis Park, and we serve people in the western suburbs. Our youth program deals with, our participants are between 16 and 21, and how we recruit them is a lot of them are just referred. One of their friends will say, hey, I got a job, call Pat, she'll find you a job. We also have a workshop for young people, and we teach interviewing skills. What we really promote is for them to have their own job-seeking skills. If you go out and find someone a job and they need one again, they don't have those skills if you do it for them. So our workshop deals with interviewing, filling out applications, what to wear, what color pen to use when you're filling out an application. We try to cover everything.
Shawna, you just finished that workshop, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Well, we went in and it was good for me. I learned a lot. We went in and watched a couple of videos, and then we made out applications. She gave us applications, and we filled them out. And we learned how you look at the person eye to eye, and just
kind of like we're doing now.
Yeah.
Thinking about that workshop.
Yeah, it helped just how to present yourself.
Because that's something most schools don't talk about. Regular high schools, I don't think, really go much into what you should do, even if you're applying for a job at a fast food place.
Yeah, and we have to show them respect, even if it is a fast food.
Oh, sure.
Just show that we're interested in a job.
So having a workshop on how to go through an interview process gave you more confidence, so that when you go out and apply for a job, you'll know how to do it.
It's funny you said fast food, because that's the one example on the video is the young man is applying at a fast food place. It's kind of humorous. He's how not to go, dressed really shabbily, and instead of filling out the application, he put X's, and he made up a social security number because he didn't know his. So it's kind of humorous too.
Well, I think job interviewing skills are something that I know even in the library people are very concerned about. Lots of books available in the library on how to do interviews. Well, so you recruit young people, and they come to you sometimes?
Yeah, they come to us. We get some of our participants from an alternative school in Golden Valley. And kind of all over, we put up pamphlets or put up brochures, and just really however we can get kids to come in.
So you work mostly with young people. You don't do a lot of work with out of job, more mature adults, middle-aged people.
Well, I work with both. I work with adults and with youth.
Where does the funding come from, Pat?
Well, from all different places. We're funded by private funders, state, county. There's no charge to the participant, and there's also no charge to the employer.
So you're involved in continual grantsmanship,
Right.
always applying for
Yes,
grants to continue.
This particular program is JTPA, which is Jobs Training Partnership Act, and they've been around a long time. So we have a good. Our placement is between 80 and 90%. We place the 80 or 90% of the participants.
Which would be a real incentive, I would think, for people
Right.
to get into the program.
Right.
Kenya, why did you decide to get into this program? And I understand you got a job the very day you finished your
Well, I was
course.
referred to Pat, and Pat was really energetic. Sometimes, you go into a place and it's just kind of, boom, you're doing what you're doing. But Pat really, she was real nice and everything, so it worked out okay. It built up my self-esteem, and it showed me my strengths and my weaknesses. And before that, I didn't know I had any, and I have a lot of job skills already. But she also got together the funding for my CNA training, and then right after that I applied for a job. So I
And
was really comfortable.
CNA means you're a certified nursing assistant, so you can work in a hospital or a nursing home or home health care, which is a real growing field now. And was that something that you thought you wanted to go into?
Not exactly.
When-
I took a test, and I kind of tested really high in clerical skills and nursing skills. So the funding was there for CNA, so I went there, and it was interesting, so I thought I'd try it.
And you like it so far?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It's really nice.
How did you find out about the program?
I was referred by Hester Stone, and there on I went. She just told me call Pat, make an appointment. I set up an interview, and that was that.
It sounds quite easy. So you spend a little time in an interview with Pat, and she looks at your interests and kind of steers you in the direction. How long did it take?
It didn't take long at all. We set up a time for me to take the test. I took the testing to figure out what kind of job I wanted. Then I went through the class, and I got my funding for school, went to school, and then I was really energetic. It was really fun to get back into school, and I was ready to find a job right away. I didn't think that I could do it, but with Pat there and asking me how it's going all the time, I had to prove it to myself and her.
I don't know if it's indelicate to ask, but how old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21, so you had finished high school a while ago,
Mhm.
but you didn't get the kind of counseling help during high school to steer you in a career direction, or maybe you've just matured in the last couple of years since you graduated?
Well, I was kind of off to myself. I was in the work readiness program, so I was already working fast food before I left school. And as far as furthering my employment, there was no counseling or anything there. There was like, you got a job? Okay.
You knew that wasn't what you wanted to do for your
Yeah,
whole
I
life.
knew I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life.
The testing she was talking about is we give interest tests, and it kind of helps. I always say, well, whatever you come up with on this test doesn't necessarily mean you'll be successful at it, but I really feel if people are doing what they're interested in and what they like to, they're going to be successful. However you measure success, but if you like what you're doing, I think it's really important. Kenya scored high in 2 different things. She's very good in clerical skills, and she came up on all the medical stuff too. And so she's got 2 resumes, one for clerical and one for CNA, because she can just do either one. She's just one of those people that can.
Well, there's a lot of potential too for going on and taking more training and developing more skills.
And
Sure.
Pat made it real easy, got my resume done for me. She made it real easy, someone that would keep contacting you, you know how you procrastinate.
So follow through is real important,
Mhm.
that they don't just throw you out.
Right,
and-
she really follows through, and I mean, up till today, whenever I see her, she doesn't forget my name. I can't walk past her and her not know who I am. So,
Shawna, what do you think you'd like to do when you get out into the workplace?
Well, I'm probably going to try to get into school and finish my education there. Hopefully, I like to do work with social work eventually in the long run, if that's possible.
I think that's a field that has a lot of potential too. Lots of things going in social work. You're a little bit younger than Kenya, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you've got a few years to decide what exactly you want to do.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, your first job can help you into what you want to do the rest of your life. And so that's why we do some career counseling. It's not just, well, I'll get a job to make money, but how can I take this experience and put it on my resume for the job I want to do forever. Shawna is really good with kids, and that's what she wants to work with kids. And I think she'd be really successful at it.
There are all kinds of potential. You might become a children's librarian someday. We always have openings for that. Well, what are some of the other, do you have friends who've been involved in the program and have had successes, either of you? Or
Well, I have a couple of friends that were involved, but as far as finding jobs, I'm not sure we really keep contact. So, I'm not sure.
well,
what
what's
they're
the
doing.
word among young women your age? It is really hard to go out there just cold and get a job that helps pay a decent living so you can get your own apartment, so you can buy food, get a car sometime. So do you think it's really essential that young people go through a program like
I think
this
so,
one to
because if you're
just-
looking at going towards school, finding a good job, paying good money, flexible hours, then you can go ahead and further your education if that's what you want to do, or you can look more towards a better job. So it kind of helps in both ways.
Now, do people at Employment Action Center like Pat help you when you want to go into school? Like if you wanted to go to a community college, or is that part of your responsibility?
We paid
Pat?
for Kenya's schooling to go. She went to Minneapolis Technical School. And that's funded by our funders. And so it was really helpful to her, I think. I mean, we don't all have money laying around to do that.
Very few of us have laying around to do that.
And she was a good student, too, you know, and we look at their grades when they're going and after they've finished. And she
Did Pat have to nag you about tests?
Not at all.
or
I
anything?
came out with an average of 95% on all my tests. So I was like the third.
So you
class
were
in
really
class.
motivated. I like these posters that are up here, momentum, success, possibilities. So the whole program really does, I think you mentioned before, can you develop a sense of self-esteem and help you to feel like you can do something.
And I don't feel
That
tied
you
down
are.
to this job either. You know, I feel like I can go and apply for anything that I have the skills
Oh,
for.
with 2 resumes in your pocket, I would say.
You know, this is just like the start. I have the rest of my life, you know, ahead of me.
We 45 days after their place, we follow and with the employer, and I just got letters back from Kenya's employers, and they're just thrilled with her, you know. And I mean that says a lot when they're. A lot of people can get a job, but are they good at it once they get it? And she really is. They said she's really good with the participants, and they're just really pleased with her.
Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. Shawna, how long before you finish the program?
Well, I'm just getting into it really. I just went to her workshop and I'm doing the basic stuff right now.
She's just getting ready to start looking at a job.
Well, that's exciting, and having somebody to talk to like Kenya who's had such a positive experience
Yeah.
must be real encouraging for you.
Yeah, Kenny tells me what she's doing and stuff. And that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat will help us in the long run. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, they're all special, you know, and you really care if they do get a job and what they do, I think, you know. And that makes it neat.
Well, it looks like both of you have a real promising and exciting future, and thank you very much for being with us on the program today. Now we're going to talk to a couple of young men who've just gotten into the program. Well, Pat, we're here with Ryan, Lincoln, and Jason, who are going to give the male perspective on the program and talk a little bit about the alternative high school wave that they're involved in. And I think let's talk to Lincoln first, because Ryan and Jason just got involved in the program. And Lincoln, you've been in it for a while now. You're finishing your high school degree
Yeah,
here in 70,000 Wave.
yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that program?
Well, it's a different way to go. It's a way to go if you've dropped out of school and you get something to at least say you finished your high school education. So.
And you find the kind of program that they're offering here really meets your needs more than the traditional high school did?
Yeah, well, it helps me a lot more as far as just being able to go, because it's a shorter program. It's a 3-month program that just kind of works with what your needs are as far as, with finding a job, and with it has some self-image.
So you're getting regular classroom work, but you're also getting some counseling and some esteem building, that kind of thing.
Self-esteem stuff.
So you go from the WAVE high school program into employment action, and Pat's working with you on developing other kinds of job seeking skills?
Yeah, she's helped me in trying to find a job, and they have a course here on job finding skills.
And I understand
helps.
everybody takes a test to find out what your interests are, kind of a self-assessment.
Yeah.
What does it show that what are you interested in?
Well, two things was auto mechanics and truck driving, and so I scored the same on both of those.
And is that something that you think you'd like to?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. And
So you might go on to a technical center, for instance, and take the over-the-road trucking courses or something like that?
Yeah, I'm hoping to do that when I turn 21.
And you're 18 now?
Yeah.
How long have you been involved in the program?
Well, this is just the end of the 3 month right here. We have 3 days left here.
Did you graduate?
No.
No big ceremony,
I
no.
gotta go through another cycle here. So,
So you'll be in for a while.
I'll be in for another 3 months.
Well, Ryan and Jason just signed up yesterday, I understand, so you're really good sports to be on today. What advice would you offer these two who are just starting, Lincoln?
Just more or less let Pat help them out. Do what she says, because she has a lot of good advice.
Now, have you two found that adults, like teachers or parents or librarians, are very good at giving advice that helps you in the past?
Yeah.
Right.
Found out that.
Especially the librarians, right? No, so you are willing to trust Pat and trust the other teachers in this program to help you
Yeah.
find out what you really want to do when you get out of high school?
I mainly know what I want to do for college and whatnot. I want to go into some sales, be sales like rep or something.
Well, I would suspect from the conversation we had before the program started that you would be real good in sales.
He did that for a while. He did telemarketing and phone sales, right?
Yeah.
And he says he's good at it, so that he wouldn't mind doing that again.
So how did you hear about the WAVE school and about the Employment Action Center?
Well, the WAVE school, I came through this cycle 3 years ago, but then I had some
When you were
problems.
15?
Yeah, but then I had some problems and I had to leave. And then I came back for this cycle, and now we're done on Wednesday, I think. Now I'm going to take my test Thursday and Friday and get my GED, and then continue on to college.
Fantastic. Where will you go?
I'm going to Normandale for 2 years for liberal arts, and then I want to go to the U or something for like sales or psychiatry or something, just to work with people or sales. One of the two.
So you think it just took you that extra 3 years to kind of
Yeah.
get yourself
Just
together
to-
so that you knew what you really wanted?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard. It's to be 18 years old and already have that kind of a path. I think it's great. What about you, Jason? Why did you get involved in?
I had, I had problems in high school. I didn't adapt with the way that it was taught. And I found about this program. I went through the cycle. I technically already graduated from the GED part, but I still have to go through the other classes. And I have to wait until I'm 17 to get my GED, but I am ready at the moment.
So you'd actually be graduating with a GED younger than a lot of people who graduate from
Yeah.
high school. What was the hardest thing about a traditional high school for you besides the way things were taught? Big classes or?
Well, it's just the way. It was really strict. Everyone was down. You have to do it this way. If you vary from it, you get in trouble. Like I kept getting suspended for going out for lunch, and it just didn't really seem why, because I never really skipped classes.
You were there for everything, but
Just went
not
out for
following
lunch,
rules.
and I'd always get suspended.
does Wave School have rules like that, or are they a little bit more flexible?
Somewhat, not really. It's a lot more flexible because you have, if there's something you have to do, like if you have to go to court, or if you have a kid or something like that and there's something wrong with it, they'll be a lot more flexible with letting you go and letting you do that without, getting out of your case about it.
Do you think you have more opportunity in a school like this to be part of the whole team, that you could tell a teacher, an instructor, or be involved in writing some of these rules? Do they give you that?
Yeah,
opportunity?
more, yeah.
The one part I like most about the school is you get smoke breaks.
Well, it's sort of like recess when you were in
Yeah.
grade school, huh? That makes it a little easier. So they understand that sometimes, the faculty understands that kids have had some problems and they need a little bit of a different approach to the way things are taught or the way things are handled. Lincoln, for somebody as young as you are, you've kind of gone through this whole cycle that's affecting a lot of people. You got a job, it was a job you liked, you got it by working with Pat and the Employment Action Center folks. And after 2 months, what happened?
Well, I had been working there for 2 months. I had been, coming there and doing my job, and
Where were you? Do you
Uh,
want to tell us?
I don't know, but at Fifth Avenue Frame out in Long Lake, and I was doing everything that I was supposed to, or at least I thought I was. I don't know. There might have been some other reason, but and I just was laid off after the 2 months because they had more or less ran out of work. They had nothing really to do anymore, or for me to do anymore. So
What did you think? I'm a failure. Did you think this is what's happening?
well, I know the economy is going really bad right now, and it's just I have a lot of friends who have been laid off through different jobs and stuff like that, so it's just something I realized that the kind of thing that happens with companies, and
So you knew Employment Action Center, you knew Pat was there?
yeah, I knew
to
she'd be there for me, and she'd help me out if I needed to help me out to get another job, to work through it and find another place to go.
It's pretty common right now that people are being laid off, and it's not through any fault of their own. Lincoln got a job really fast. When I first saw him, he said, "I need a job right away," and he got one right away. It was within a week, wasn't it, Lincoln? Yeah. And he interviewed well. He's sure of himself when he's talking to people. And so now he got laid off just Friday, and we just talked yesterday. And so we've already started looking for him again to get him back in a job as fast as possible. So that's one of the good things about our program, is we don't abandon people. As long as he needs a job, we'll work with him.
Yeah. What about you? You two.
They're just
Ryan, you're sort of
starting.
chuckling. Are you working now at all?
No, I'm not.
But,
I'm just here.
well, you
That's all.
got to get the school out of the way first. What about you, Jason?
Same.
Going to do the
same as
school
Ryan.
first and then work for a job?
Well, they want to look right now, so we are already starting to look for them too. Right? You
Yeah.
want one right away.
Yeah, right away. As soon as possible, so I can make money.
It's going to be hard to balance studying and working?
No, I don't think so. As long as I can work nights, work until like 3 to like midnight, and then go home around midnight and go to sleep until like 7:30, and then wake up for school and
Be bright and alert for
Yeah.
school?
wide awake.
Do you think that the kind of assignments you get at WAVE are as hard as you would have at a traditional high school?
You usually don't have any homework.
So you kind of do it during the day while you're here and when you have the faculty to help you?
It depends upon the person, really. If the person knows a lot, studied in school and stuff, but had like conflict with teachers or whatever, it'll be a lot easier for them. Whereas with the people that never showed up for school, and that's why they're not in school. They'll have a lot more work. It'll be a little bit harder for them.
Do you get some kind of help here with how to deal with conflicts, conflict resolution, how to work with people so it's sort of a win-win situation for both of you?
Yeah,
We'll have a class for that, a specific class for that.
You'll need that when you're in sales.
The thing that's nice is you can talk to the teachers here. Like, you can call them by first name basis and stuff. It's not like Mr. Campbell or something. It's just Wally. And they talk to you, and they actually talk to you. They'll talk like an adult to a kid from the adult perspective.
So you're respected. That's
Yeah.
something that you feel that you have some real dignity and respect. Would you recommend this kind of a program for other kids who are
Yeah.
a little discouraged with traditional schools?
Yeah.
How did you find out about the Way, Lincoln?
Well, my sister passed through it. Let's see, it was about 3 years ago, and she graduated from here. So that's how I knew about it, and I have a lot of friends that have came through this program.
So this is kind of a program that word of mouth. You talk to your friends who might be experiencing some of the same kind of situations in another school, and say, hey, this is a good place to go for kids.
And high school counselors and stuff like that do recommend this program if you're thinking about dropping out or if you've dropped out.
So and then you have Pat to help you pick up the pieces too. Thank you very much for being with us today on All About Kids. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Pat, and thanks to the young people from Employment Action Center. Thanks to all of you for joining us on All About Kids. Please tune in again.
This has been a presentation of Hennepin County Library in conjunction with the Twin Cities Metropolitan Library Service Agency. We thank you for watching, and we hope you visit your public library often.